Hello and welcome to this course on NodeMCU and its applications for building IoT devices. So as you can see, this is one of the uh, NodeMCU boards. It is NodeMCU 1.0 with some pins like you can see some input general purpose input output pins labeled here, and these are some other important pins. There are certain power pins, like there is a V in pin which gives you 5 volt. There's a 3.3 volt pin, ground pin, enable pin, reset pin. There are so many pins actually. We'll take the case of pins as and when we'll be using them. And you can power on this board using a USB jack of 3.0, and you can just connect to your mobile cable if you have, and you can connect to your laptop or you can connect to your charger also. Fine. So NodeMCU is basically a Lua based firmware of ESP8266, and it can be programmed using Explorer IDE, and the programming language used is Lua. So Lua is basically a kind of scripting language you can use to program your NodeMCU boards. Well, there is another way of developing NodeMCU applications. Applications based on NodeMCU board, and that can be using the well-known Arduino IDE. Arduino IDE, most of us are using it already. So there is an option in Arduino IDE to build or program our NodeMCU as well using the same integrated development environment, that is the Arduino IDE. So just I'll show you the steps how you can change the settings in Arduino IDE so that you can program your NodeMCU board. So what you have to do is just go to file and go to preferences. I'll show it here. Just minimize this slide and I'll just open my Arduino, and I have this file options, file, and then preferences. So once you go to this preferences, you will see this additional board manager. Now I already have installed this library and put in this URL, so it's showing over here. For you maybe it may be showing blank, so you just have to copy this URL. I'll give the link of this complete link I'll give in the video also, or you can just write it from here as well. So it is http://arduino.esp8266.com stable package underscore this. So basically you have to take special care while writing this whole complete URL, because if you make a mistake, it won't redirect your board's manager URL to the correct address. Fine. So if once you have done this, now once you have correctly typed this URL and you click on OK, and next thing what you have to do is you have to go to tools and go to boards and boards manager. On clicking boards manager, it will open this kind of dialog box, and if you have this dialog box, you have to type ESP. So this is we are doing so as to get the library packages of the ESP8266 devices. Like we can use, if you have this library, you can program ESP8266 or NodeMCU 0.9, 1.0 and several other devices. So as I have already installed it, so it is showing the option to remove if you haven't. And one thing you have to keep in mind is that you should have your internet connection, your Wi-Fi connection on. Then only you will be able, when you will write ESP, you will see ESP8266 option. Otherwise, if you are not connected or internet is down, you won't it won't show this option. So you make sure that your internet is up and working, and you just type ESP over here, and it will show up this option, and here you will get, instead of this remove button, you will get the install button. So I think that's fine. Okay, so once your module is that particular library package is installed, now what we have to do is to select the board. So as you know that you can program your Arduino, you can use your Arduino IDE to program several boards. We have several Arduino boards, like we have Arduino Uno, you have Arduino Nano, Mega, all can be programmed using your Arduino IDE. So even if you haven't done it earlier, you just have to go to boards and select the NodeMCU. You have to just scroll on the boards and you will find the NodeMCU option over here. So just click on this and you are up and running to program your NodeMCU. So that is all for this class. We'll take up building a weather station in the next class. For that you will be required to have a NodeMCU board. It's it's advisable that if you have a NodeMCU board, and then you will require a DST11 sensor, which will be using for this practical, and a few jumper wires, precisely 3 of them. Okay, Thank you. Have